add a slider to the top left of the map. As you can see here in this picture, we have a slider added to our map. Let's check out the starting point from branch 23 in repository ArcGIS React Map Components. Here is our starting point, and this is the feature count card, the custom component we added here in the bottom right. So let's search for this widget. For example, this out of the box widget of ArcGIS called ArcGIS Legend, which this one on the bottom left. The question now, do we have one for the slider? So I will browse the documentation. I will check references and go to map components reference. I will search for slider, and as you can see here, we have time slider and scale range slider. There is no slider widget or for React. So let's back for the documentation here and open API reference, search for slider, and we can find it in the widgets. So we will create this React component by ourselves. I will go to the components here and create a new component called arc slider. I will create folder, and inside this folder I will create file with extension of tsx. I will create my function component and export it here. This function component will return, I will wrap my widget inside a div element with specific width and height. Later we can make it more usable and pass the style. Also, I need to access this HTML, I need to create a reference for it. So I will use React hook called useRef, and I will type it as HTML div and initialize it with null value, and in the HTML element I have a attribute called ref. So I will assign for this attribute or this prop my reference that I created here. I will pass for my component. Let's import this component now in our app. So same as the custom component, I'm going to pass the map view. So I will create a property in my component called view. Let's import our new slider component here. Save changes. Now I need to add the view prop. So I will create this prop called view from type map view, and I will structure it to use it later. I will create here use effect. The dependencies of my use effect will be the view and the slider ref. And if I have both those values, I will create my slider widget and add it to the my ArcGIS UI. Let's import use ref function here, and I will import the slider to create an instance of it, and I will instantiate my object here after this defense condition. As you can see, I set the min as 0 equals 0, and I set the max 10. The step will be 1, the value, the initial value 0, and visible element I want to show the labels and range label also. The container of my slider, I will pass the div that I have in the slider. After creating my slider, I will add it to the UI. So I will call view UI and invoke add method, pass the HTML element or the container, and the position will be top left. I will clean my or destroy my widget in the cleanup function here. So if I have the slider, destroy it. That's it. Let's go to our browser, refresh your page, and as you can see here in the top left, our slider. That's it. Thank you for watching.